S.T. Oswald's home for old witches and wizards, Amos' room. Amos looks at Scorpius and Albus. Irritated. Delphi watches the three of them. Amos. So let me get this straight. You overhear a conversation which was not meant for you to overhear, and you decided without prompting, in fact, without leave, to interfere and interfere hard in someone else's life. Albus, my father lied to you. I know he did. They do have a time turner. Amos, of course they do. You can move along now. Albus, what? No, we are here to help you. Amos, help? What use could a pair of undersized teenagers be for me? Albus, my father proved you don't have to be grown up to change the visiting world. Amos, so I should allow you to get involved because you are a potter, relying on your famous name, are you? Albus, no, Amos, a potter who is in Slytherin House. Yes, I have read about you, and who brings a Malfoy with him to visit me. A Malfoy who may be a Voldemort. Who is to say you are not involved in dark magic? Albus, but Amos, your information was obvious, but the confirmation is useful. Your father did lie. Now leave, the pair of you, and stop wasting my time. Albus with power and strength. No, you need to listen to me. You said it yourself. How much blood is on my father's hand? Let me help you. Change that. Let me help correct one of his mistakes. Trust me, Amos. His voice raised. Did you not hear, boy? I see no reason to trust you. So go now before I make you leave. He raises his wand ominously. Albus looks at the wand. He deflates. Amos has crushed him. Scorpius, come on, mate. If there is one thing we are good at, it's knowing where we are not wanted. Albus is reluctant to leave. Scorpius pulls him by the arm. He turns and they walk away. Harry and Ginny Potter's house. Harry, Ron, Hermione, and Ginny sit eating together. Hermione, I have told Draco again and again, no one in the ministry is saying anything about Scorpius. The rumors aren't coming from us. Ginny, I wrote to him after he lost Astoria to ask if there is anything we could do. I thought maybe, as he was such a good friend to Albus, maybe Scorpius might want to stay over part of the Christmas break. Or my owl came back with a letter containing one simple sentence. Tell your husband to refuse these allegations about my son once and for all. Hermione, he is obsessed. Ginny, he is a mess, a grieving mess. Ron, and I'm sorry for his loss. But when he accuses Hermione of, well, he looks across at Harry. Oi, droopy drawers, like I say to her all the time, it could be nothing. Hermione, her, Ron, the trolls could be going to a party, the giants to a wedding. You could be getting bad dreams because you are worried about Albus. And your scar could be hurting because you're getting old. Harry, getting old? Thanks, mate. Ron, honestly, every time I sit down and I make an oof and my feet, the trouble I am having with my feet. I could write songs about the pain my feet give me. Maybe your scar is like that. Ginny, you talk a lot of rubbish. Ron, I considered it my speciality. That and my range of skewing snack boxes and my love for all of you, even skinning. Ginny. Ginny, if you don't behave, Ronald Weasley, I will tell Mom. Ron, you wouldn't. Hermione, if some part of Voldemort survive in whatever form, we need to be prepared, and I am scared. Ginny, I'm scared too. Ron, nothing scares me apart from Mum. Hermione, I mean it, Harry. I will not be Cornelius Fudge on this one. I will not stick my head in the sand, and I don't care how unpopular that makes me with Draco Malfoy. Ron, you never really were one for popularity, were you? Hermione shoots Ron a withering look at the. She aims to hit him, but Ron jumps off out of the way. Missed. Ginny hits Ron. Ron winces. Hit. A very solid hit. Suddenly, an owl is in the room. It swoops in low and drops a letter on Harry's plate. Hermione, bit late for an owl, isn't it? Harry opens the letter, surprised. Harry, it's from Professor McGonagall. Ginny, what does it say? Harry's face dropped. Harry, Ginny, it's Albus. Albus and Scorpius. They never made it to school. They are missing. Scorpius is squinting at a bottle. Scorpius, so we just take it? Albus. Scorpius, do I really need to explain to you? Uber geek and potions expert. What Polyjuice does. Thanks to Delphi's brilliant preparation work, we are going to take this potion and be transformed and thus disguised. We will be able to enter the Ministry of Magic. Scorpius. Okay, 2 points. One, is it painful? Delphi, very, as I understand it. Scorpius, thank you. Good to know. Second point, do either of you know what Polyjuice states? Off because I have heard it tastes of fish, and if it does, I will just vomit it back up. Fish doesn't agree with me, never has, never will. Delphi, consider us warned. She knocks back the potion. It doesn't taste of fish. She begins to transform its agonizing. Actually, it tastes quite pleasant. Yum. It is painful, but she burps loudly. Take it back. There is a slight, she burps again and turns into Hermione. Slight, overpowering, fishy residue. Albus, okay, that's wow. Scorpius, double wow. Delphi, Hermione. This really doesn't feel how I even sound like her. Triple wow. Albus, right, me next. Scorpius, no, no way, Joes. If we are doing this, we are doing it. He puts on a pair of familiar looking glasses with a smile together. Albus, three, two, one, they swallow. Now that's good. He's ragged with pain. That's less good. They both start to transform and it's agonizing. Albus turns into Ron, Scorpius into Harry. The two looks at each other. There is a silence. Albus, Ron. This is going to be slightly weird, isn't it? Scorpius, who now looks like Harry, full of drama. He's really enjoying this. Go to your room. Go straight to your room. You have been an incredibly awful and bad son. Albus, who looks like Ron, with a laugh. Scorpius. Scorpius, Harry, tossing his cloak over his shoulder. It was your idea. I be him and you be Ron. I just want to have a little fun before I. And then he burps loudly. Okay, so that's utterly horrible. Albus Ron. You know he hides it well, but Uncle Ron's got a bit of a gut growing. Delphi, Hermione, we should go, don't you think? They emerge onto the street, they enter a telephone box, they dial 62442. Telephone box. Welcome Harry Potter. Welcome Hermione Granger. And welcome Ron Weasley. They smile as the telephone box disappears into floor. Ministry of Magic meeting room. Harry, Hermione, Ginny, and Draco pace around a small room. Draco, have we searched thoroughly beside the tracks? Harry, my department have searched once and are searching again. Draco, and the trolley witch is not able to tell us anything useful? Hermione, the trolley witch is furious. She keeps talking about letting down Ottanelli Gamble. She prides herself on her Hogwarts delivery record. Ginny, have there been any instances of magic reported by the Muggles? Hermione, none so far. I have made the Muggle Prime Minister aware and he is filling what is known as Whisper sounds like a spell. It isn't, Draco. So now we are relying on muggles to find our children. Have we told them about Harry's scar too? Hermione, we are merely making the muggles to help, and who knows how is Harry's scar might be involved, but it's certainly a matter we are taking seriously. Our orders are currently investigating anyone involved in dark magic and Draco. This is not Death Eaters related. Hermione, I'm not sure I share your confidence. Draco, I'm not confident. I'm right. The sort of cretins pursuing dark magic now, my son is a Malfoy, they wouldn't dare. Harry, unless there is something new out there. Something to Ginny, I agree with Draco. If this is a kidnap, taking Albus, I understand. Taking them both, Harry locks his eyes with Ginny. It becomes clear what she wants him to say, Draco. And Scorpius is a follower, not a leader, despite everything I have tried to instill in him. So it's undoubtedly Albus who got him from that train. And my question is, where would he take him, Ginny, Harry? They have run away. You and I know it. Draco notices the couple staring at each other. Draco, do you know it? Why aren't you telling us? There is a silence. Whatever information you are concealing, I recommend you share it now, Harry. Albus and I had an argument the day before last. Draco and Harry hesitates and then makes brave eye contact with Draco. Harry, and I told him that there were some times when I wished he weren't my son. There is another silence, a profoundly powerful one, and the Draco takes a dangerous step towards Harry. Draco. If anything happens to Scorpius, Ginny steps in between Draco and Harry. Ginny, don't throw in threats, Draco. Please don't do that. Draco, roar. My son is missing. Ginny, an equal roar. So is mine. He meets a look. There is a real emotion in this room. Draco, lip curling every inch his father. If you need gold, everything the Malfoy have, he is my son and he's my soul here. He is my only family, Hermione. The ministry has plenty in reserve. Thank you, Draco. Draco makes to leave. He stops. He looks at Harry. Draco, I don't care what you did, or who you saved, or who you are. You are a constant curse on my family, Harry Potter.